You have found your way down to the Matcave, and tonight we are talking all things Super Mario Brothers, the history of Super Mario, and we're going to also react to the two trailers of upcoming Mario games that are coming out. One of them's a remake, one of them is a sequel. Tonight I'm not alone. We're going to talk things Mario, and that's right, around here we say Mario, not Mario. So welcome to the Matcave. I wasn't going to play it, but I feel like it's a retro stream. I'm going to play this anyway. Let's get this thing rolling. What's up, fellas?
Oh
going on,
man,
man?
I forgot all about that intro.
So did I. I saw it on the list. I figured, we're going to play it. It's a retro stream. It's not way back Wednesday, but we still want to go retro. What's going on,
Dude,
guys?
all your stuff brings me back to like the Wonder Years. I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh,
And,
I love the Wonder Years.
like some of my heydays were like playing high school basketball, and the music is just like it brings me back to the 90s, bro. I love it.
I love that.
I love it.
Dude, that's awesome. So last time we all joined up here down in the Matcave, things were a little bit different. So we're gonna have a fun stream tonight. We're gonna talk all things Super Mario Brothers, but I got a whole nother level of housekeeping to do.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you got a lot of housekeeping to do. You got stuff to do.
I got
Earned
stuff
it,
to
man.
do.
Earned it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Everybody, I can't even believe it today. The channel reached monetization, which means there's all kinds of fun features that we get to play with. We got some new emojis out there for everybody to have some fun with. I even added a couple more right before the stream, so we should have some pretty cool stuff in there. So guys, spam the chat with those emojis. But the other thing we added is we now have Matcave Gaming channel memberships, and we already have members. And dude, I don't know if everybody saw, but we have to say a huge thank you right now to Angry Canadian. He's not able to be here live tonight, but he's going to be catching the replay. But I promised him, I said, listen, I'm bringing this up. And he was a little embarrassed, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Angry Canadian, you are awesome. He gifted a whole bunch of memberships out there. So
Nice.
they're up there for grabs. I believe all people have to do is click the thing he put up there, and I think that's how you get access. But I'm so new to this. I have no idea if that's correct.
Yes.
You
I
also
have no
have to
idea.
enable you have to go into your own YouTube settings. I know that on each person's channel. You might not be able to do it via mobile, but you have to activate accepting gifted subs as well.
Yeah, this way they can accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but very cool, very generous. Thank you
We
so
will
much,
dial
Angry
it in.
Canadian. Yeah, it's so cool. And then, you know, being on StreamYard, we get to pop things up like this, because when he did that, he became a member also. So, guys, we got a bunch of new members already.
You got some
It's so
super
crazy.
chats too.
We
already?
got super chats going. I can't
Hell
even
yeah.
believe this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to organize all this, right? And be able to do this like a real live streamer. But it's crazy. But I want to say a quick thank you to the new members to to the channel, which is just incredible. We got Aussie Star Wars Nerd, Scott Westbrook, King's Advisors, Alan Copeland, Darth Maximus, Angry Canadian, the Star Wars Obsession. Guys, we got members coming in. We got super chats coming in. And I should be able to highlight stuff, but it looks like, I guess when it happened before the stream, some of it doesn't land on the list anymore.
No, well, yeah, I've noticed they've been doing that lately. Like
I see all the super chats, but the member pop-ups, like it looks like Scott Westbrook was the last one that it caught.
right, right, yeah.
Well, my apologies, anybody I missed on the pop-up.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's funny sometimes.
It is funny like that, but
sometimes it deletes the chats that are come in before the stream. It's weird.
It does. But I do have something prepped for the new members. I want to say thank you. My apologies if the volume is a little loud on this, but this video is for you. Welcome to the Matcave.
Welcome to your eardrums.
Right. We gotta have our eardrums checked every once in a while. I'll be working on that for the future and make sure everything is okay. So, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight when it comes to the world of Mario. We're gonna go into a little bit of history of it, and we got 2 trailers that we get to react to. I don't know if you guys watched them yet. I
actually
purposely have not. Nice.
I haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen anything yet. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So we're gonna react to these 2 trailers in the stream tonight. We've got 2 games coming out in the Mario franchise. We have a remake of Mario RPG, and then we have a brand new game, Super Mario Wonder, which looks awesome from what I've seen of screenshots. So I can't wait to see what we have in store for us when it comes to the gameplay. I believe the trailer is gameplay. So
this is what they released at all the gaming
directs.
At all the gaming.
Yes.
That's called.
Yeah, the Nintendo Directs and everything, which things like that we're going to be seeing a lot more of, because E3, which was the biggest gaming con thing ever, like, you know, everybody looked forward to E3 in the gaming world. It's gone.
She gone.
Yeah, she gone. E3 is gone. I don't think they're ever coming back, which is sad. But because of it, we're going to be seeing all kinds of developers and game companies doing their own directs, basically. Nintendo's been doing Nintendo Directs for a while, but now a lot of people have been jumping on the bandwagon. We saw Ubisoft do one where they revealed Star Wars and Avatar and all that stuff. So
yes,
I guess kind of as gamers, we kind of benefit from this because we get even more content to check out and see what's going on.
On the other side of that, I watched or tried to watch a majority of it, and it kind of started to feel like the 12 Days of Christmas. You get towards the end of that song, and you're just like, when is it going to end? And I know I missed a lot. So I feel like unless IGN really was good at highlighting stuff, some games got missed because of E3.
Yeah.
I think it's also going to motivate these developers. I really like Devolver Digital. That's like one of my standouts. They always do skits and things at theirs, so they like really dive into the creativity. But
I think these guys are going to be amping up their games when it comes up to the stuff when presenting everything. Yeah, because this is kind of the test run, right? You know, everybody was sudden. It was like, oh no, E3's gone. So yeah, year 1, we're getting the beginning of all this. So it's going to be pretty epic. All right, before we dive into the history of Mario, we're going to continue the housekeeping here, and I'm going to do, for the very first time, we're going to run through some super chats, which is awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to see these pop up on the screen. I can't even believe people are already doing this. I got to say, oh, actually, I do need to highlight. I can't highlight it on the screen, but I will say, as soon as everything activated today, and I let the community know, I got my very first super thanks from Coffee on Korriban. So Coffee, dude, thank you so much. He was the first one. He got jumped on it. I totally forgot that was a thing. I'm thinking super chats, but you could do super thanks on videos. I was like, this is so cool. So he did that earlier. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. But let's run through these super chats here, and then we're going to dive into the history of Super Mario Brothers. First one up, we got Scott Westbrook for $5. Congratulations on monetization, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Scott's been part of the Matcave community for a really long time. Love seeing everybody jumping into the stream tonight. We got a whole bunch of people popping in already. We're at 12 people already in the stream. This is great.
Hell yeah.
We got one from the Star Wars obsession himself. Says, I want to say congrats. You deserve it after all the hard work. Never forget 0BBY. That's right. Never forget. I love it, dude.
I like how I got a laugh while you weren't paying attention.
I love it. That's so cool. And we got, hey, the man, the myth, the legend, Coffee on Corbin with $10 on the super chat. Dude says, stoked for you, bro. You're one of my favorite people, and big things are coming for your channel. Dude, I love it, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's super generous. I can't even believe this. And we got a super chat from Darth Maximus saying, congrats, $10 super chat. Darth Maximus has been with the Matcave for a very long time. In fact, actually, Maximus, you were one of the first giveaway winners, right? On the channel. I think back with the 100 sub celebration stream. I think that's what it was. Man, I can't even believe that. That's just incredible. I can't believe it, but that's unbelievable. Thank you all so much. I can't thank you enough for all of this. This is a wild day. I still can't even believe this is actually happening. It almost doesn't feel real. It's so crazy. But everybody, thank you so much. The super chats are awesome. You guys are all so generous. Thank you. I got to make more of those. I only have the 2.
Test run.
Test run.
First
Test
day.
run, everybody.
First day.
First day, everybody. First day. Thank you all so much, guys. I appreciate it. We got everybody piling in. We got Money G here, Leia Rose, Black Dragons here, Nova Vaughn. What's going on, dude? Good to see everybody. All right, we're gonna talk some Mario Brothers, and this is one of those franchises that literally, as the title suggests, it paved the way for gaming today. And it all started for me with Mario back in the arcade, which was crazy. A lot of people forget that these Mario games didn't start on the console. This was actually an arcade game. And you can actually play that game on different versions of Mario. They have it kind of set as bonus levels and things like that, which is always a lot of fun. But I don't know if you guys remember this one. If anybody in chat never played this, let me know, because this is something that I think everybody should try out at some point. But Super Mario, it wasn't even Super. This was this was before the Super. This was just straight up Mario Brothers with Mario and Luigi down in the sewers and taking on Koopa Troopers before they were called Koopa Troopers down in the sewers. But you guys remember this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always enjoyed how the turtle took off his shell. Like that was, I always thought that was hilarious. Like, oh, he's gonna throw his clothes at you. Cool.
Me and my siblings were not allowed to go here. Because it always ended in a fight. This is the one where you can like jump on each other, right? And like,
yes,
yeah.
Dude, jump on each other's heads.
Talk about savages. Like,
Yeah.
kids are savages.
They also had these at, I believe they had these in the 90s and 80s in on tabletop sit down at the bar. So like you could sit here. They had like Pac-Man. They had this. They had a couple different versions of the sit down. I remember they had them at pizza joints also. And you could sit down and versus each other in this, and one person would be on one side of it, and you could put your drink on it because it was a glass top, and you would sit down and you had the controls right here, and you could put your drink up, and then you were facing each other, so you could look at somebody as you're jumping on them to screw them over and watch their face as it happens straight across from you. Those were the best Mario Brother.
Oh yeah.
games. were the ones where you could sit and face each other at the bar or the pizza joint.
Oh, absolutely. The tabletop stuff was so great, especially with like this. I should have clipped it. I literally have home movies of me and my brother when we're like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
Arguing with each other about this game because I'm jumping on his head and then he's using up the POW and like it's just because we were playing this on the Atari 2600. They ported this game.
Yes.
And it wasn't as colorful and everything. This is a shot from the arcade, but it was still the same idea, working together to get rid of these turtles and clear the area. And then you get that like fireball coming through the screen and chasing you. It was just
and that you could go through the tubes to get to the top. See, in the later versions, this is an old version. In the later version, the tubes were on top were not bent up. They were just
just down.
So you could run just through them, not get spit out. So like this is an old school version picture.
Yeah. And there was different like versions of this you could play like in Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yep.
After you beat a level, if you go back to the already beat level, I think that's how it worked. You'd go into this and play
I can't remember
classic Mario Brothers, or maybe it was back on the first square, the overworld map. There was a way to do this, but yeah, such a great start to the franchise and just an incredible introduction. I used to play this nice. There we go. Because that pop-up chats as you see them, man, it's all good. This is I got co-hosts tonight, which is awesome because I'm trying to juggle everything for the first time here, which is crazy. So I don't know if you know, but I'm a little nervous about the stream. It's crazy. I haven't been nervous about a stream in a while.
There's a lot to do. I mean, you got super chats coming in, you got super stickers, you got all kinds of stuff. You got to thank people. Like it's a lot. So
I might have to cook up some custom emojis over here on my side, some surprises, honestly, because that's all I can contribute, really.
I mean that's also part of it. Is like there's a lot going on. So you go ahead and you drive. We'll navigate. You go ahead and you drive the bus.
I'm gonna step up my emoji game too.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fun making like the little emojis and stuff like that, especially when I like it on Discord too, where you can add the little GIFs and everything and have them moving and stuff. I love that. I wish I tried doing that on here and it looked like it was going to work, but then it forces you to change the aspect ratio of it to 1:1. But as soon as you do that, you just turn it into a picture instead of a GIF. So I was like, man, we almost had it, but I'll be
streamer
making
things,
more.
Man.
Right. It's just the streamer life. Well, I think the one that everyone remembers and probably started with is this one right here. This set on the Nintendo Entertainment System was just, this is one of the iconic games that literally paved the way for games after it. This popularized 2D platforming games, and it just snowballed after that. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. This is a game that at this point, whenever I sit down to play the original Super Mario Brothers, my challenge every time is, can I beat the game in one life? And I just go.
Right.
Oh, we lost Scotty.
Oh, there we go.
I think he bumped himself.
Skynet.
Skynet happened. Oh no.
Don't say Skynet.
Holy moly, we have another new member.
There you go.
Welcome, Daniel Fisher. Welcome to the Matcave gaming community. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have more and more perks adding on in the very near future. Today is day one, and it's already a crazy roller coaster ride.
Well, and to this point, back then we didn't have the internet to just go like, oh, how do I do this? Right. You had to legit learn how to do it, or you had to wait or call a hotline. Like there wasn't the internet back when these games were hot. So
oh no, it's the telephone line.
It was a different story. I mean, if you had some subscriptions to magazines and, hopefully you got like a walkthrough of a level that's really hard that you can't get by, but ultimately this was a difficult era for gamers, right? There was no reset button, until Nintendo came along, really.
Oh yeah.
You had one go at it.
No, this was Yeah, and this was 2-player as well, taking turns back and forth. But this was it. You didn't know how these levels were going to go. You didn't know how to defeat Bowser at the end of the at the castle. And
right.
When I was a kid, I definitely a couple of times I remember calling the Nintendo hotline, not necessarily about Mario, but for other games. I'm pretty sure I called them about Ninja Gaiden because that game was just so difficult.
Yeah. There were a couple games that were insanely difficult for children.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely. There were phone calls made. There were magazines looked up, as much as you could back then. So yeah, all about it.
Oh yeah, but I love that game. Super Mario Brothers on the NES was just amazing. It's one of those games that I think just defined a generation. It is not when you're a gamer. Mario games are definitely part of your world, and so many people started with this one. Even young generations now I'm sure have gotten their hands on this because of all the ports and everything where you can play it on the Switch now and everything like that.
Well, but like Nerdporeal Lifeform is saying, there was no internet, there were no saves, there was, Zelda was one of the first. I know Super Mario 3 had I think they had something along the lines, but I know like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was one of the first games that you could play that you could put in a code, that I remember, where I could put in a code to get back to where I was, right? Mario didn't allow that for a long time.
No, I think Super Mario World was the first time you could save your game on the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
It man, because that was the thing. Like with games like this,
you remember leaving your game console on for like a week and a half, and if your parents came to clean or somebody came to clean and turned it off, it wasted like a week's worth of work.
Oh yeah.
Those were stellar arguments, right? When you were a kid. What do you mean you turned it off?
It was.
The TV was off. What do you mean you?
What do you mean you turned it off?
Like that's what it was like, because there were no saves, there were no codes. Like I said, Punch-Out was one of the first games that I remember having codes to get back.
Yeah,
dude, that haunted me all the way through to the PlayStation 1. I remember owning that and not having a memory card for the longest time, having to leave Final Fantasy on.
Bro, I remember that argument with brothers and parents. What do you mean you
turned it off? Why? I did that with Contra. I would start playing in the morning before school and leave it on, go to school and just pray all day that nobody turned off or nobody noticed the little red light on the NES.
These kids have no idea the difficulties we lived with as children in early gaming.
We pioneered the game save for you kids.
That's true.
There was some guy in the PlayStation conversation going, I'm tired of this. We need to add some kind of save. Add a card, add a something, because that was out of frustration from a game.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh, 100%. Because when you found out that game was turned off while you were gone, all you got was...
It ruined your day. The only benefit to that was sometimes you got through a space and you're like, okay, now I know how to get through that space the next time, so I'm not spending an entire day on it. But man, it sucks.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is all because of Zero BBY. And after that,
100%.
And after that, gamers just needed it to be easy.
They
just needed it to be easier. That's it.
We remember Zero BBY.
Y'all just needed a walkthrough.
They don't remember after the memory card. Now after the memory card is gamers, man. That was a huge
speed
step.
runs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, how did we? We had to learn tricks if we wanted to. Even Mario in the original Super Mario Brothers, there were tricks to.
Oh yeah.
Sort of continuing your game. We had the whole A+ start to pick up on the latest level you left off on. But here's the thing. That only worked if you kept the game on.
Right.
As soon as you turned it off, that's it.
Well,
That
I mean,
trick is
yeah,
over.
there were little tricks of the trade, but ultimately you just had to leave it. I mean, but it was even worse in the arcades. In the arcade, yeah, you put tape over the light. Exactly.
Yeah,
Just
nobody
hope they
will
don't
see it.
feel. Hope they don't feel the nuclear heat coming off of the back of that thing when it's just static, burning. If you left your TV on, it burned the image into your TV.
Oh,
That
yeah.
old tube TVs. But yeah, man, look, I mean, that was in the arcades. Even with this first game, you mentioned, even in the arcades, you were playing for quarters,
Mhm.
right? We were playing for quarters, and you were playing. If you were playing a versus game, you were playing to stay, right?
Oh, yeah.
You weren't. It wasn't.
It-
It was
it was-
losers take a walk, right? And that's the difference in generation of gamers, right? You guys have no idea what the losers take a walk mentality feels like. Right? Because you guys had reset buttons and you had your cheat codes and you had your internet to look up your cheat. You had to memorize
Your
cheat
round robins, your loser brackets.
right? Yeah, everybody gets a trophy, right? But there was a time where losers take a walk, right? And you knew you were a loser because you were walking, right? So
1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me.
it was tough in the arcades. It was tough in the arcades.
Sheev, it was
Yeah.
a different level of fun because in the world of high scores and no retries,
Yeah,
the
bro.
amount of bragging rights that you gained, I mean, there were legit bragging rights.
Yeah.
Dude.
You could be
dude, I
infamous
was
on the
I
playground.
was on the top of one car game for like a solid year, like a full year in the arcade. I don't care what you say. That's my game until somebody knocks me off at that point.
Dude,
Yeah.
people are talking
Oh.
about how you gotta like blow into it. I get bragging rights from my mom
Bro,
after
this is what it was
after
like. Bro,
15 minutes when she's like, she goes, after 15 minutes, she's like, it's not gonna work. And I'm like, just wait, I'm gonna make it. And then like 5 minutes later, it works. But bro, I swear to God, some days you would get the cartridge in there, it wouldn't go down all the way, but it would still work. And you just
That's when you just step back and you walk away.
yeah.
I've had
my God.
how many of you have been
Hilarious.
so frustrated blowing into an NES cartridge that you reach the point where you literally just put it right onto your lips and you're like,
you're like the moisture. The moisture's gotta help. The moisture's gotta help the electron. It's lubrication. It's
You're blowing into the actual machine itself too. Like that's not gonna work.
yeah. Some games were just and some games you played too much, man. You just wore them out. That's it.
some of them
Isn't that
wore 'em
right?
out.
But
It's
for real. If you want to know what it's like, the Wizard is a great illustration of what the 80s
yes.
the 80s gaming setup was like. I mean,
Dude, you pick a Discord, I'll be there.
yeah.
Oh my
I'll
god.
figure out how to get that movie on there.
Oh, bro, I'll make it happen.
Dude,
I'll find
yeah.
out where it's
Oh,
at.
yeah.
Let's do it because that is the antithesis of what
Dude, the
gaming
Power
is-
Glove?
gaming in our
It's so
generation.
bad.
was. Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I love it.
Dude, we should review that movie. Like
It's
a
so
modern day
good.
review.
What do you mean bad?
You couldn't
Oh
make
my
you couldn't make
God.
that movie more perfect than it already is. Even if Efron plays a character, if Timberlake's the bad guy, you
Dude,
can't make that movie better, bro.
That
Oh,
movie is over the
so good.
top, except Stallone's a kid and he's really good at video games.
Right, Stallone is fantastic.
Literally.
Yeah.
Not how can that be a bad movie?
It's a great movie.
Right.
It's fantastic. But Mario started it all.
Nice, Nova Blonde. Yeah, you blow hard enough, it'll make some sound.
Yeah, I mean, even the Super Mario, the Super Mario 2 was a weird game to play as a well, that was when it isn't even stateside yet. But
Well, this is I think speaking of weird instances with Mario and difficult games. So this comes with a story because Super Mario 2 originally launched to Japan, which is generally how the Mario games went. They launched in Japan first, and then they would come to the US and go to Europe and everywhere else, right? Super Mario 2 was released in Japan. Nintendo of America went to, work on distributing it and determined that this game was too difficult for American gamers.
it was a hard game at the time.
It's a hard game.
It was
a very hard game.
Even now, as a grown-up, it's still not an easy game.
Oh
the-
no, it's not.
The level you're used to level progression from left to right. This level progression went up, down, left, right. Like this game was not easy to map.
Yeah,
Is
this one
Is this an only Japanese cover too?
Yeah, this was from because it was on those cartridges that
Yeah.
the Famicom used,
I-
and it was
You made that
it-
sound very like gangsterish. So the Cobra Kai released this. It was very subtle. Good job.
This game was it was in Japan only for a long time, but it eventually made its way to the US in a later release on Super Mario All Stars on the Super Nintendo, and it was called Lost Levels, but it was actually the original Super Mario Brothers 2. What we actually got in America was a completely different version of a game. In fact, it wasn't even originally a Mario game.
Right.
This started off as a different game with a different character and a different everything. But then Nintendo told that developer, let's reskin it, and we're going to turn it into Super Mario Brothers 2 for the American release. A cartridge was all of our first kisses for real.
Solid. Solid
So
game.
I left stream so
it.
that I could come back, and now I get to tell stories with the comments. So you're welcome.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I love it.
Keep it coming, chat.
I love it, chat. This is great.
I was gonna quick shout out too. Also, back in the day when we were all playing the Shredder's Revenge, or what was there was the collection of the Ninja Turtle games, right?
The Cowabunga.
There was some Japanese art or Asian style art of those games in there also that people should go check out if they can find that stream.
Oh yeah,
I'm into the
so
artwork of the covers and variants and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah, that Cowabunga collection had all the artwork you could look in down in the bonus area. Oh, yes. So good.
Cowabunga collection. Yeah.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I think honestly, like growing up, this was probably one of my favorite. Like 3 was fun and beatable in most cases, but this game, for whatever reason, growing up was just like really difficult. Trying to play as the other characters who had different running styles and abilities.
Yeah,
for like the first time, right?
This like I said, this was probably the most difficult Mario game because it didn't have the usual progression of left to right. It didn't have the, it had a different boss style.
And each character felt different on the joystick or controller or whatever you were using. Like you had to actually like get good at a character at that point. I remember playing with people who were like gods with Luigi, and I'm like, how are you?
He jumped higher, wiggled his legs, like
he's all over the place though. He's all over the place.
But yeah, I mean that was it, is that there were different characters, everybody had a different ability, and the bosses were different. And then you get to Mario 3 and you get introduced to Koopa's kids, Koopa's family.
Oh yeah.
Like it just 2 had a very out of pocket feel. It didn't feel
out of universe kind of.
It was very weird for most children to play. It was probably the most difficult Mario game I'd say everybody played back in the day. Was Mario 2, 100%.
Maybe there's a hidden Easter egg and it spawned that second timeline where we go to Yoshi's Island and baby Mario's and
I like that. Mario Multiverse.
Gotta be something. Angry Canadian, get on that shit.
This is starting to get into Zelda timeline. I'm not going through that again.
We watched your brain explode during that stream.
That was awesome. Zelda timeline
was incredible. Two Star Wars nerds, what's up? Yeah, Mario 2 is so good. You see, and we're going to be getting to that one. Super Mario 64 was a whole game changer in itself. That was definitely an unbelievable time for the franchise. Interesting thing about Super Mario Brothers 2, the US version, the American version, is that it actually is what the cartoon was based off of. The Super Mario Brothers Super Show utilized tons of elements from that version of Super Mario Brothers, which is crazy because that game still to this day stands out as kind of the odd one out. There really wasn't any others done that way after and since. But it's pretty crazy that the show, holy moly, I love the sound effect too. That was great. See, this is why we need co-hosts and stuff like this. Dude,
no, I won't say anything. Holy moly!
Holy moly!
That's the first thing that came to my head. Sorry.
Holy moly! King's Advisors, dude, with a $49.99 super chats has been waiting to send one of these here. Congrats on getting here, dude. Got into Super Mario Brothers later, but first game was probably Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. Nice. I was a Sega kid growing up. Missed those games. Genesis was such a fun console with really great games. Even Jurassic Park, dude. I love Jurassic Park. I have a full playthrough of the game on the channel as well. But oh my goodness, dude, that is wildly generous. Thank you so much. I can't. That's unbelievable, dude. Well, you know what? I gotta drop a Kratos on that one.
Well, see, that works perfect because
Thank you.
put it right on.
I put it right above that. I did. Hey, it's like I did that on purpose.
Yeah. You for that long chat, for that perfectly long super chat, you did it just on purpose.
Don't dwell on it, guys. Anyways,
nailed it.
Nailed it. All right. So nailed it. See, I really got to work on I have the voice changer. I just haven't nailed down the ones to use yet. But I got my sound effects now. So, you know, we heard the trumpet before. I got to
for sure Mario help you emphasize that.
It's me, Mario.
There you go.
I got that one.
That's the one.
You know, and everybody needs a laugh track.
Yep, I got some of those.
So we'll be playing around with stuff like that. But yeah, tons of fun. So we talked about the movie The Wizard, and that movie was basically a commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3. At least the climax of the film was.
Well, it was.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a movie do something like that where it debuted a game yet to be like a real life game yet to be released. I can't think of any other movies that have done that.
But at the same time, all of those games that they were playing were legit games, right? They didn't make up any games for the movie. They were playing legit Nintendo games. They were playing legit arcade games. The Power Glove, was a hot thing at the time. They did an entire segment on that. You know, and then I don't remember Mario 3 being a cabinet game. Am I wrong?
I don't think it. I know that they've done like kind of arcade mashup.
Right, but I don't remember it being a full cabinet game the way that they illustrated. That was the only difference, is they made it a cabinet game in the movie. But aside from that, it was legit. Nothing has ever been done like that since.
Yeah, it was just the straight up cartridge like that. And then this was, but yeah, for that sake of that like tournament that they were doing, they did it like an arcade cabinet. Super Mario Brothers, the original one, had an arcade equivalent, which actually plays differently. The levels are slightly different. And there's a whole point system with it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 coming out on the cartridge, both the NES and the Famicom. This was a huge release, and it's a huge stepping stone for the franchise in the direction of power-ups, because we got the fire plant and we got the power star in Super Mario Brothers, but now all of a sudden we're getting not only those but new power-ups, like the one we see him using here with the raccoon suit, and he could fly. Mario can now take to the skies and find secrets that are above the level, which was crazy, because like you were talking about before, Obsession, when Mario 2, you're not just dealing with side to side, you're going up and down. But Mario 3 took it to another level with giving you multiple zones within a level, which was crazy. You had the sky, you had the ground, and you had the underground all within the same space. This was huge.
Well, I mean, and this was one of the again, another interesting point. This is one of the first games I remember playing that forced motion. You couldn't just stand staggered in one place and figure out your next move. Some of the boss levels were keep you going, so you had to make moves. Yeah, the power-ups, the leaf, the fireballs, all of that, the Tukey suit, all of these things got premiered here, and we've seen them in some other stuff since, but like a lot of this stuff was brand new and people loved it. It was amazing to be able to fly
lost
with
their
a
minds with
raccoon
this stuff.
tail, or to turn into a statue for a minute, let a boss or let a Koopa Troopa go by or something. Like there were all these little fun ways, the warping, the ships, the money ships, the coin ships, right? The ghost ships,
Yes.
right? The fun gambling games where you're trying to line up there was so much in this game that was fun and interesting, that made it different than either of the Mario Brothers games since.
Yeah. This game was just, and Super Mario Brothers 3 was just, it's still one of those games that I go back to so often. I now get to play it with my kids, and they just absolutely love it. And obviously being the younger generation, they're playing all the brand new Super Mario games, which is great, playing the 3D stuff and everything like that. But it's interesting how, and we'll certainly get to that as we go in the stream, how the franchise kind of, made the turn into 3D, and now all of a sudden they're looping back into 2D, which is fun. Oh, did we lose Scotty? I think he froze. Skynet got him.
But yeah, I mean, Super Mario 3 was the the introduction to Bowser's family, right?
Yep.
His children in particular. And so this was an interesting this was an interesting game for a lot of reasons. It wasn't just another rehash. It was a leap into what we see even in the new Mario game, or in the new Mario movie. There's a lot of callbacks to that. So real interesting stuff.
Yeah, it was so cool seeing that in the movie too, like him using the different suits and everything.
Yeah.
And anyone, if you haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie yet, I don't know what you're doing. I have no problem. If you need to turn this stream off and go watch that movie, I will forgive you. Just please go watch Super Mario Brothers. It's what's funny? It's out on digital right now. The Blu-ray is about to come out, and there are still theaters playing it.
Well, and also, not to mention, I can't remember, was the frog suit in 3 or World?
In 3.
See, that's another thing that people forget. Like the frog, I wish I would have seen the frog suit in the movie.
Oh, that would have been so great.
Been like the ultimate callback for me, because that was Scotty, you're muted.
They got to save some things for the sequel.
Yeah,
I hope so, because that was one of the suits that was very forgotten from Mario 3, was the frog suit.
Yes. I think Scotty's right, though. You got to save things for the sequel, and I think the sequel to this movie is going to amp things up. Like they did a lot in this first one, even Mario Kart. They covered a lot. But I'm curious. Like, I wonder if they'll actually utilize things more from Super Mario Brothers 2, because we did see the Shy Guys in the movie,
right?
But could you imagine, like, they're in the middle of a battle and he pulls a radish out of the ground and throws it at somebody? Like, that would be hilarious.
Yes to everything.
Yes,
I want
it all.
I want to see the super jump where you like bend down and hold and then jump.
Oh, and then
right. But I want to see Luigi do it, right? And like
wiggling.
He's got to kick his little legs, bro. That's it.
Oh my goodness, it would be so great. Yeah, that one. They did a lot in that movie. Darth Arlena, welcome to the Matcave community. Oh my god, not that you haven't been here before, but we have a brand new member. Arlena is here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, I can't even believe how this is going. This is unbelievable. We have so many members already. How is that even a thing?
You're popular, I mean,
This is the kind of stuff that happens when you're popular. Like people just want to hang out.
Oh boy. Should I gotta go blonde soon, and then
no, you're good. You're good.
We could do a Barbie stream next if you want.
I'm down. I'm
I'm hearing that movie's a sleeper hit.
I'm bald, and any opportunity to wear a wig, I'm in. Like, let's go get bald man some fun.
Oh, let's do this. I love it. And thank you so much, Arlena. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And we have another new member, DJ Ronnie G, what's up? Oh, I clicked at the same time as somebody else. What's up? Welcome to the Matcave community. Yes. Oh, I love it. You guys got the sound effects too and everything. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I don't know. Should we play another Mega Man before we move forward?
Leading into the Super NES. Let's do it.
We got to get into the Super NES, but we're gonna drop a little Mega Man right here. Brace yourselves. It's a little loud. I'm sorry.
That's how it's done.
Isn't that one of the best NES theme songs ever?
I mean, it's so recognizable.
It's up there. It's up there. All right. We are going to dive into the Super Nintendo world, which is also going to lead us up very shortly to our first trailer reaction, because we've got a remake of a Super Nintendo game coming out that I am psyched for. But before we could talk about that, we got to talk about this.
Oh,
Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. This game came out at a time where we're jumping into the 16-bit era, and now we're competing with the Sega Genesis. So while this game is running around and ramping things up and all these colorful sprites, we've got on the other side of the console war, Sonic the Hedgehog is tearing it up over there. So this is when Super Mario World was probably prime time peak of the console wars, because we had the icon from Nintendo and the icon from Sega going head to head. And this was a huge release right here. And then along with it, we get a major introduction to our friend Yoshi. And what a game changer that was.
Well, and what a marketable character.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Cute, fun-loving sidekick. Looks kind of like Dino from Fred Flintstone.
Right? Nice. I love it.
It was a very, very good marketing tool and added so much to the game. I mean, you had entire levels that were dedicated to different color Yoshis.
Yeah.
Right? Like each Yoshi did a different thing. This is a Mario 3 all over again. They knocked it out of the park and they gave us something new.
Yeah, you already had a villain dinosaur. You had like henchman dinosaurs. It was only right to bring dinosaurs on the other side.
Got to bring the good guy in. Yeah, it was. And then Yoshi's like able to eat the enemies, and you could like spit them out. And I think some of them
different things. If he was red, he's like stomped. If he was blue, he flew. If he was yellow, he spit fire. So I don't remember them all, but they all did different things when they were swallowing and holding the turtles. So I thought it was, I played this game for hours and hours and hours and hours.
I mean, it's just
you could also play it for hours and hours and hours. There was all the puzzles, secret levels. It was one of the biggest games I think they probably put out.
Oh yeah, this game was huge. They used up all that space on that cartridge. It was multiple worlds. Hey, Donna! Thank you so much. Oh man, this is unbelievable. I can't even believe this. Donna, thank you so much. You again, another just incredible member of the Matcave community. Everyone here has just been so awesome over all these years. I mean, watching this community grow. I can't do this without you guys. Honestly, it's just, this community isn't what it is without all of you, and seeing everybody interact with each other and hang out in the chats. We hang out on the Discord. We're talking on Twitter now these days. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
If you didn't know, YouTube made a big change. So smaller channels, when you hit 500 subscribers, you do get to unlock certain types of monetization. So your click on the smaller channels are more important now than ever.
Oh,
just saying.
100%. It's 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours, and then
cool.
what is it? 3 videos uploaded within 90 days, which is
just proving that you're consistent.
With something in there. Unbelievable opportunity
really
for so many people. I was so happy to take advantage of it. I'm seeing so many people jump on this. I saw Legendary Tron. I think he got his monetization same day today, right?
Yes,
Which is awesome.
Several people got theirs today.
Yeah. Oh man, just so cool seeing that roll out. I'm just having so much fun with this. And guys, check out the emojis in there now. I'm adding them as we go, which actually, because we have more members, I can add more emojis. So I'm going to be up late tonight making some fun stuff for everybody to use, because I like making those. It's a lot of fun. But we're gonna have more things coming in this. We're gonna have more tiers coming down the road, where we're going to have a whole bunch of added perks. I want to have some really fun stuff for all of you guys to do. So stay tuned.
Drop one of those thank you videos.
Oh my God. I'm going to have something up there. Steve, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. The memberships are piling in. I can't believe it. Thank you all so much. And again, a huge thank you to Angry Canadian. He gifted a whole bunch of memberships today. He couldn't be here live, but he's going to be checking out the replay. And yes, Angry Canadian, I'm going to put you on the spot again and make you blush again, because yes, I can't thank you enough. So awesome. So great to see everybody here. Very, very cool. All right. We're on to something big right now. Our next step in all of this. And if I click the right thing, I can actually bring it up.
There's always gonna be those moments.
Here we go. Okay,
I'm ready for the juice, man.
The Super Nintendo brought us a whole new level of gaming power, and a big type of style of gaming in the world of Super Nintendo, the NES, even on the Sega, were the RPGs, and Mario jumped into it as well. And we got Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. And for players that were familiar with series like Final Fantasy, for example, felt right at home with a game like this. It was a very different style of gameplay for Super Mario, but it brought in a whole new audience into this franchise. Did you guys play Mario RPG?
Absolutely. Even the character models remind me of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't remember.
No, remember this one?
I'd have to see gameplay to remember it. But
this
I remember
was
very unique gameplay for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. It was turn-based combat was in the game. You'd run around an overworld and do, it was still platforming and stuff in that aspect. So a lot of it did feel like a Mario game, but then you'd get to the encounters and you'd have turn-based combat and everyone has their own stats and different abilities. And you had to kind of strategically play out the fight. And it was a whole new thing for the Mario franchise. Donna, thank you so much. We got another super chat. Donna for $4.99. So happy for you. You are so fun to watch. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad everybody has a good time. That's the whole idea with this whole channel, is a place for people to hang out, have a good time, and just, chill for a while, turn your brains off and just feel some nostalgia. And we try to keep things retro around here, but there's plenty of days where we jump into modern gaming as well. But absolutely, thank you so much. I appreciate it, everybody. Man, this is unbelievable. I can't even believe the you get a high from this, guys. It's insane.
And another one.
Another one.
Another one.
It's so cool. I love it.
Ooh, big Steve coming through.
Dude, nice. I love it.
It's a little late. It's
It's
delayed.
It's okay.
Well,
it's
but
fine.
I can't see it in the.
You can see it
in the StreamYard, can you?
No.
What? See
It's
what?
taking a sweet time.
That's what I mean. I can't see it in the StreamYard.
All right, I'll spoil it. Steve with the 10 gifted memberships.
What? How did I
Let's
not
go,
see that pop
Steve.
up?
That's what I'm saying.
Yo.
Thank you, Steve.
I've got the stream up on another.
The gifteds might not translate over through for
That's what I'm saying. So
for
the StreamYard thing.
the people who accept them, we'll see you in chat too.
yeah, there's 10 more gifted subs. So get down there and claim
Arwen,
yours.
Avalon.
You gotta Arwen going ahead and grab one of those.
Everybody, thanks Steve too. Super
Thank
generous.
you so much. Oh my
If
god,
you
you guys
end
are
up
amazing.
getting one of those, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's unbelievable. I can't even believe that. What a
Let's
way
go.
to start this off day one. I promise everybody I'm gonna have some really cool stuff coming into these perks, including this, even this tier, like I don't want anything like this to ever break the bank for anyone, right? I want you guys to have fun with it. So we're going to be adding all kinds of stuff in here, but things that even go outside of YouTube. Like I want to have fun with everybody on the Discord. I want to have fun on all different types of platforms where we can all interact as a community. So this is awesome. There is so much more to come. The gears are turning. I have ideas. All right, let's jump into something awesome. Let me get this thing prepped here.
Teasing me, man. I know.
We're doing this, guys.
I was gonna ask while we were talking about the 3D modeling. Do you know when which franchise did it first? Did Sonic 3D? Because wasn't it Sonic 3D World one of the first
there was
times
3D Blast.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Let's
what
see.
franchise went into the 3D space first?
RPG came out, I believe, in '96. I don't remember when
early.
Sonic Blast came out.
Yeah.
If anybody in chat knows, let us know.
Yeah.
But that was a big thing between the two companies, Nintendo and Sega. They were competing each other with all that different stuff. Like Donkey Kong Country, for example.
Oh,
that was their response to Sega putting out things that, Sega had speed, had the Sound Blaster, had all this stuff. And then all of a sudden Nintendo drops this brand new graphics engine that just blows everyone away.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember seeing
the console wars were hot, right?
Oh, so intense. Actually, just the other night, I watched the Console Wars documentary on I think it was on Paramount Plus. If you guys have Paramount Plus, go check out Console Wars. Awesome. Like such an entertaining documentary. It's so well done, but so nostalgic. It was just crazy. Brandon, the anime guy, what's up, dude? Yeah, man, we are here. We are here. And you got in here just in time for something awesome because we were just talking about Super Mario RPG, but we got something to check out. Mario RPG is getting a remake, and Nintendo dropped a trailer the other day during their direct, and I have been staying away from it so that I can check this out with all of you guys. And so we're gonna react to it today live.
Hell yeah.
Right now. We are gonna do this. I'm gonna share the tab audio. I need, where is it? Do I do entire screen? I think that's how I do this, right? And then share system. I haven't done StreamYard in a while. Okay, share system audio.
It's like riding a bike.
Here we go. Like riding a bike. There we go. There we go. Oh, man, guys. Okay, we're going to do this. Let's get some volume on this thing. I don't know how finicky Nintendo is with their...
I mean, if they release it, I think you're in
like 2 minutes. You should be all right.
Should be fine, right? We should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a quick test to make sure everybody can hear this.
Yep.
We got that sound? Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. That was a little loud. We're going to drop it down just a little bit. All right, here we go, guys. Live reaction, Super Mario RPG Remake coming to the Nintendo Switch. Let's do this, guys. That's Purdy.
Hell yeah.
That's cool. I like how they did that.
Is it too loud?
No.
Huh? Oh, that looks great.
Wow.
That looks cool.
Nice.
There's platforming.
Uh-huh. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, very old school Final Fantasy, right?
Dude, it's amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God. Birdo.
Grievous. What?
How did Grievous get in this?
Hi, guys.
Yeah, all the bosses, man.
Wow.
Dude. Oh my God, bringing me back. Little cloud
Dude.
guy.
It's like
Bro.
revamped cutscenes too.
It's like God, was this on Super Nintendo?
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember this.
I took this game way too serious.
Yeah, I do remember this game.
November 17th.
There you go.
Oh,
Great day.
man.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that looks great.
Get some time off around Thanksgiving.
Oh, man. I'm going to need to use some vacation time.
Yeah, yeah.
Pre-orders are out
Well, and
November
see, there's no
17th.
reason you couldn't way back Wednesday this either, because this is a direct remake, right? I mean, it looks
Absolutely.
Dude,
it
exactly.
looks exactly like
Same.
a direct remake. So yeah, you got to stream this on way back
Yeah.
Wednesday because it's just a graphics upgrade.
Oh, yeah. That falls right in line with what, I kind of pivoted a little bit with the channel. And really what we're going to be focusing on is retro, remasters, and remakes.
There you
And
go.
we're going to keep it in that family. And man, does this fall into that. That
Perfect.
looks phenomenal.
Yeah, that looked awesome. I like how they
can't
showed some of the graphics from the old, and then showed
Translate.
you the
Yeah.
upgrade.
Yeah, seeing that beginning shot with because this is like right out of
That's
Yeah,
right out of
this
the old
right
game.
here brought me back.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, because that was the thing too about this game. This also utilized that graphics engine that we see in Donkey Kong Country. So these
You can
characters,
tell right away.
yes, totally, because they had that 3D aspect to them, and a lot of the levels you would kind of be going in that like diagonal direction. What do they call that? Was that the asymmetrical view where it's
Top
kind of
down something.
Yeah.
Just like
But
Yeah.
wow, man, chat, what do you guys think of that Mario RPG remake? I mean, we go from this all the way into this revamped look with the princess. I mean,
that
very
right there,
colorful.
yeah.
The graphics card. I mean, it's literally a graphics card upgrade. This is what we kind of want on KOTOR, right? We
Mhm.
want that. We want the same story with the graphics upgrade, right? This is
Yeah.
what a lot of companies are doing on some of these games, where people want this feeling. People want to feel this nostalgic when they play a game, right? Especially because you can get into the kids can get into it because it's new for them, but then we can get into it because it's fun and nostalgic for us. So really,
Yeah.
Nintendo's hitting two very, very, very smart demographics, right? Because the old guys that don't have kids like myself will go, I gotta play that game because it reminds me of my childhood. And then you guys are like,
I hope it's affordable.
I mean,
If you
I
know
think
what
this
I
is
mean.
coming out. Yeah, I think this is coming out not at the $70 price line that we're seeing all
Yeah.
these games come out of.
That would be
I'm
brutal, I think.
thinking I don't know if they released any pricing
$49?
information. I'm thinking this comes out as either a $39.99 or a $49.99. That's what I'm
Mhm.
kind of thinking.
because this is for the Switch, right?
This is for the Switch. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's about where most of their not humongous
Malo.
That
old
guy,
stuff.
yeah, dude. Oh my god. I think he was the one I always used or
I
had
don't
in
think
my
we ever
squad.
see him in any other games.
Mm-mm. Nope.
There's
There's a ton of characters in this that are not in anything else.
But like you said, this is also pulling out of that old vein where these were very Super Mario 2.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these characters, Shy Guys, like you were saying, the Betty, I can't remember what they called the egg spitters.
Oh yeah.
Birdo?
With the Birdo, yeah.
Right. So
And,
lots of fun characters, lots of craziness. It's gonna hit a lot of veins.
oh, 100%. And then you get the turn-based combat scenario like this. This is just like how it's set up in the original.
Right.
Lining characters up, very Final Fantasy like. You got
Very
everybody's stats on the bottom. Gino, that's the other one there. That's another character.
Gino,
Hey, yo, Gino, huh?
Gino,
Gino and Malo, huh? Where you been with all these
Yeah.
Mario games, huh?
Gino, where you hiding at? You wizard, bro.
We got to get these guys out there. Could you imagine they pop up in the movies? like in the sequels and stuff.
That would be great, man. I would love to see. I
Mhm.
would love to see all of these characters get their due
Yep.
in the new movies because they're doing so well.
Yeah, they did. I love that those movies are doing well. Look at this. You can even,
I love
you
you
can
have
match
the-
up.
I love you
Bowser.
have these three potato heads fighting on the same side for a bit. Like this is the stuff that
Yep.
I liked about
Yeah.
it, 'cause it wasn't just like us versus Bowser. It was everybody had to team up for the safety of the whole world, right? So
Yep.
it was
Yeah, 'cause
really
you got.
cool.
I forget this guy. I don't remember this guy. He's
The
got like a
enemy of
sack
my
or something.
enemy is my friend.
It's
Right?
my friend. Yes, exactly.
Basically what they were doing back then is the enemy of my enemy.
And then we got
And
General
I don't know who the
Grievous.
hell this is.
No, I don't remember either.
Somehow General Grievous returned.
Oh, hold on, I think I have one for that. Hold on, let me see. If no, it didn't work. Bummer. I was hoping it was going to work. It didn't.
I don't know. He's weird looking. I don't know. Maybe this is a new character. I don't
I've
remember
never
him.
seen that character before, and if you've never seen that character before, then that must be something new, which is fun. But was he
Mhm.
in the original?
No, I'm pretty sure all these characters were.
I don't
just-
in there?
remember this in the
Okay.
Go way back. Yeah.
I mean, it looks like he's chilling on Geonosis right here based on the rock coloring and everything. I don't know. I think it's Grievous.
telling ya.
That's what I'm going with until
Yep.
proven wrong. Oh, man. We got the piranha plants out there.
You're a little tall for a Goomba.
A little tall. There's another character, too. And there's like Bird here. There was all these,
Yep.
so many characters in this.
That bird's
game.
actually on top of her head is like a hat. So
Yeah.
Random bosses were in this game. That's what I think. That's what made it. So
There's a familiar face.
Mhm. Oh, so cool. Love it. He's made of
Pinocchio
wood.
chilling.
Yeah. Pinocchio's chilling over there.
new Gino.
Oh, man.
Oh,
This
yes,
just
it was
looks great.
lightning that he had. That's what
Oh,
it was.
yeah.
Yep, that one
What was it?
shot
He-
just brought it back.
Yeah, he fires
Yeah,
up.
he had like they all had their own power sets.
Right.
Yeah, Malo
Yep.
was a beast.
Yep.
There he is.
Yes, right there. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. That's so cool. I'm psyched for this game. I can't wait. And this said, what was that? November, right?
Stay Puft
November 11th.
Marshmallow Man.
November 17th.
Yeah, how many Mario games can you play as Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Just one.
Well, I mean, you know, Kirby. You know,
True. We did have Kirby. Yeah, Kirby was great.
Mm.
Wasn't he a Genesis guy though?
No, it was Nintendo. Kirby's Dreamland.
Dreamland. That's right. That's right.
Kirby was big on the Game Boy. That was
Yes.
big with the portable releases, which that's something we didn't really touch on here, which we won't really
Oh,
be
they-
diving
we-
into too much, but plenty of handheld Mario games. I mean, there was just so many great ones out there. But man, I am psyched for this. This looks so good. I can't wait.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to play it on the channel 100%. We're going to be
Oh
streaming
yeah, you
that.
have
Oh man, was that game multiplayer back in the day?
no.
I don't think
That
so.
was solo, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
they had
turn-based, legit RPG style.
Yeah. single player
Yeah.
by yourself
Yep.
running through the worlds.
I'm thinking they're going to
Potions,
stick to that.
abilities. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting if there was some way of bringing a multiplayer aspect to it, but I don't think they will. I think they keep that as a solo experience.
But I mean, there's not.
Mhm.
I mean,
They have
There's-
cart in their party games and,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
and
There's-
Smash Bros and that kind of stuff for that.
we need more. We need more.
Right?
Nintendo needs a little bit of that single player Mario style game.
Absolutely. This is interesting. Kirby was created by HAL Laboratories. They are a company similar to Pokemon Company. They are partially owned by Nintendo, and they did the Smash Brothers games.
There you go.
Interesting. Yeah, Kirby was, oh man, especially that last Smash Brothers game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Kirby was like the main guy.
Kirby was OP.
Kirby was open. He was you watch that opening cinematic of the game, everyone gets taken out except Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby. Gotta love Kirby.
Kirby.
Kirby. All right. What do you say we keep going through a little bit of our
Do it.
Mario history here, and then we're gonna, once we get up to it, we're gonna jump into another trailer reaction, everybody. So stay tuned.
another
We are going to be reacting to Super Mario Brothers Wonder, another one that I have held off on, and I want to check it out with all you guys. But before we get there, there was another gigantic release in the Super Mario Brothers franchise that really changed the franchise forever. And that game came out on the 64-bit era, the Nintendo 64, Super Mario 64. This game was, I didn't have an N64 growing up. I have one now as an adult, but I got to play these games at my friend's house. And Super Mario 64 changed the way we played games forever. All of a sudden, we're in a 3D world. We have 360 degrees to work with of turning and exploring a world. Yes, such a huge game changer. And one of those games that is a fan favorite. And for a lot of fans, this is where they started playing Mario games. You know, the next generation had come in, and all of a sudden it wasn't picking up the Nintendo controller. It was picking up the N64 controller if you could figure out how to hold it. And then you would play Mario 64.
I hated that controller. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I hated that controller so much.
We always broke the joysticks. They never worked.
Yeah.
I never liked it.
Yeah.
It was
rough.
It's funny. I don't have it near me. I would have picked it up, but I
But
bought
then-
the N64 Switch controller.
Oh, there you go.
Which is, I don't know. I had to have it.
Listen, then they came out with all the clear see-through cases. So I had to, I had the purple clear Game Boy Color, so I had to get the purple controller to match for the 64, and then I had to get the, you know, it was cool. I loved all the different color variations that they actually started to do then. They did it like with all the GameCube controllers, and yeah, that was genius.
Oh, it was so cool. Oh,
they may have
incredibly
started
genius.
skins for controllers. They may have been like the first people
I
to
think
start
those were the
throwing
first
controller
skins.
color
Maybe.
I
variations.
think those were the first skins that I can remember on controllers and game faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo knew what they were doing with this. This was, what a way to get gamers to not only buy your product, but buy it again.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, how genius is that? And we all fell for it. You know, it's just.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this was also the time of like color changing everything.
Oh yeah, the 90s were about color explosions. Everything was just, the more color you had, the better. Everything was cooler. Everything was
Pagers,
crazier.
I mean, this is when cell phone cases were a thing. Like you got like, this was a big time of changing the factory look of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then along with that change, it was changing how we played games. We are now in 3D space, and your skills as a Mario player kind of went out the window because you had to start over and figure out how to control Mario in this world. And running around the castle and all these different areas where you have to turn a camera to see where you're going. And we're doing this with a single analog stick at the time. We had buttons all over that crazy controller, trying to figure out how to work this thing.
So you had the double jump, long jump. You had the double off the wall to high jump. You had the back jump that would double flip.
Oh yeah, the big high backflip.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you actually lost your abilities, but then also like
gained
gained
new stuff.
tenfold the ability to do new stuff.
It was insanity.
The speed runs that people still pull, and they're still finding things. It's insane. It's
yeah,
insane.
what I see people do that. I forget exactly what it does. There's a trick on the staircase where you keep backpedaling rapidly up the staircase.
Yep.
What does that do? I forget.
You're just back jumping, and it's a way to glitch it because your feet hit every stair, and you just fly upstairs.
Oh, that's so cool.
But yeah, there's all these like little.
It was the
get
next
in, get the star right away, and get out type stuff you wouldn't know.
It was the next generation's infinite lives on the stairs of Mario.
Yes. Oh my God, that was just how crazy is that? I mean, that's just gamers finding things is just, that's just a staple of the gaming world. Is when a game comes out, whether a developer intended on it or not, somebody's going to find something in there. I mean, it
Mhm.
was to the point where developers got real sneaky over the years. Like they would purposely hide some things in places. There was even like, you look at Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, there was a room where you'd find some of the game developers' names. Like they were listed in there. There was like little secrets like that.
Dude, there were on the Super Nintendo Zelda, there was a way to get the Master Sword like right away. Like
yeah, I bet. Yeah, just glitch through it somehow.
There's these little glitch plays that you can run through. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is, the developers have been doing this stuff for a long time, but this was the time where Vantage Point was changing. This is the point where 3D, I mean, basically the games of today, this is a pioneer for. I mean, if you're playing Jedi Survivor, if you're playing any of these other games, Uncharted, any of these 3D games, even Call of Duty, Fortnite, that's basically where this stuff pioneered, was that 3D mogul where you're looking back and forth. They just didn't have the controllers right yet.
Yeah. This was the baseline for it. This is where it all started for it. Because then even you had first-person shooters in the form of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and things like that on the N64.
They were
Again,
first-person shooter.
Yeah.
They weren't third-person shooter, right?
Speaking of which, where is Perfect Dark?
Right? Nintendo, are you watching?
Where is what?
Perfect Dark. I need that remake.
Perfect Dark on the N64.
That was like GoldenEye for me.
I didn't play
like,
a lot.
It was like a remake of the James Bond. It felt, I don't know, it just felt different.
Yeah. Oh man, the N64 had some crazy good titles on it. Mario 64 definitely leading the way, and then you have iconic titles like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and just Donkey Kong makes a debut in the 64-bit as well. There was so many great titles that popped up in here, but again, it was the first time we were running into this new generation of gaming, and to have an icon like Mario lead the way was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, because that was a way for gamers to kind of just go into this new world with a level of trust, really. If it was just some random character we've never met before, never knew anything about, it's a little harder to get into it. But we're seeing Super Mario do this. I'm like, okay, I'm on board. We're going to do this, and it's going to be great. And the game, say what you will about the game of how it aged, it's still one I love going back to. They even re-released it recently on the Switch in a combo pack with a couple of other titles as well. So lots of ways you can play it on the Nintendo Online service. You can play it as well. And then silly things like, Padawannabe mentioned it, and now Star Wars Nerds mentioning it, stretching his face on this screen was such a funny thing to do, but it also showcased the capabilities of the technology at the time. I mean, you could manipulate his face like crazy and do all kinds of funny stuff, but all in a 3D space, which was unbelievable.
Especially for the time.
Especially, yeah, because this was about, what did you say, like maybe, was this 96?
I was going to say
97, somewhere around there. I forget the dates that these came out, but it was such a huge step in gaming overall. And then this spun into other titles like Mario Sunshine. We had Mario Galaxy. They really dug into having the 3D aspect to these Super Mario games. So we started veering off from what we knew, moving left to right or right to left, and sometimes up and down. Just the standard platforming was kind of moving aside, because we're running into this whole world of 3D. And personally, I'll always love 2D platforming the best. That's for me, that's what I grew up with. I always come back to it. I'll always have a place in my heart for games like that. But that's not to say that I don't have a blast playing games like Mario 64 or Sunshine, Galaxies, things like that. Even one of the latest ones, Odyssey. So much fun playing that way. But in this time of 3D, fans of the series kind of were itching for 2D platforming again. They wanted it back. and Nintendo was listening, and Nintendo started to take another turn with their games, and it began on their handhelds with the DS and the 2DS and all that, and then started jumping into their next platform on the Wii, even after the GameCube, because the GameCube stuck to the 3D games. We did get like Paper Mario and stuff like that. That was a whole different style. But fans were clamoring for more 2D platforming. And then eventually we got multi-system release, both handheld and console, New Super Mario Brothers. And then it was called New Super Mario Brothers Wii. And then it became Super Mario Brothers Wii U. But it brought us back to 2D platforming. But the spin was, we're using the 3D characters in that space. All right. So this was bringing us back to our roots with the Mario franchise, but still giving us something new on top of it. The other amazing thing they did with this title was they added simultaneous multiplayer. You could have 4 players co-op on screen at the same time.
Madness.
Running through these. Madness.
Yeah.
Absolute
organized chaos.
100%. It's as chaotic as your imagination is making it right now. It really was a whole huge game changer. In fact, it became so popular that now Sega is jumping into that realm with their next Sonic game, and they're going to have 4-player co-op. So can you imagine, like, Mario's one thing. We all know kind of the speed and pace of a Mario game. How do you play Sonic with 4 people at the same time?
A madness.
No idea.
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. 100%. But this time around, we get our iconic classics. We get Mario, his brother Luigi, we get Princess Peach, and now we can play as the Toads. And they have different colors as Toads, Toadette, and they all have different abilities. We have all the different Yoshis, and we have all kinds of new power-ups with like the propeller cap. We had some sort of like acorn in one of the releases that gives you a like constant flight. I think you become like a winged squirrel or something like that.
Yo, shout out to the best wingman in the entire universe, Toad. In that movie, bro, when they're in the cart and he rolls up and he's like, "No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, they're fine. No." Oh my god, I was dying. Like every time he said something on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Toad's a ride or die, homie.
He definitely is. Legendary Tron, what's up, dude? And congrats to you, my friend.
Yes,
I saw.
Congrats.
So awesome. So awesome. Such a huge day today for so many content creators on this platform. Unbelievable. So great. I love seeing all of our friends, being able to hang out and celebrate this together. So it's so much fun. But yeah, this game, I had this game multiple times. I have it on the Wii. I had it on the 2DS. I got it on the Wii U. And then I think I have it on the Switch now also. I think I do.
Probably. I'm going to say you do.
I'm going to say there's a huge chance that I do. Oh, yes, 100% I do, because they ported the Wii U version to the Switch. So I have that as well. But this is such a great way to play these games with your friends, with your family. I play this with my kids. This is one of those few games that my wife will actually sit down and play with us. And everybody's got a controller and we're all hanging out and playing. And they did something really cool with this, because as chaotic as it can be, somebody who's not playing as well as maybe the rest of the group can fall behind. What it does is they add this mechanic where the person that falls behind or off the screen will go into a bubble and they'll start floating along, right? They'll keep up with you, and then someone can pop them and bring them back into the game. So it was pretty fun, this style of game, but such a huge change for the Mario franchise, coming back to 2D, back to platforming, but keeping our 3D characters intact. So they even continued that trend, a little less so of the 2D platforming, because they really started leaning on the 3D because the 3DS came out. But Super Mario 3D World This came out again on consoles and handheld. The big thing, though, was putting this on the 3DS and using the actual 3D. I love my 3DS. I have the 3DS XL. Thing plays amazing. I rarely use the 3D itself just because as I got older, it's just harder and harder to look at that. But it's a very cool feature because certain levels utilize the 3D to help you solve where to go. And that's pretty impressive. They did that with a Zelda game, Link Between Worlds, where some of the dungeons, if you don't put it into 3D, you're actually going to struggle with solving the puzzle, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, and then we get the cat suit that we saw in the movie, which was great. Everybody cracking up in the movie. He got the cat suit.
Meow.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was so glad they put that into the movie.
That part was really good too.
Right? It was that whole sequence with him fighting Donkey Kong. That was so awesome. But the games just kept expanding. We keep moving into new territories and jumping back and forth between 3D and 2D. And it's like this franchise, no matter what, just keeps going strong, no matter what direction the gaming world takes. There seems to be always a Mario game that's going to be there for every generation. And there's not a lot of franchises that can say the same. This is pretty huge.
Well, that's true. I mean, Mario has stood the test of time. I mean, from early video gaming to current gaming, Mario has stood the test of time. Nintendo has really devoted a lot of its existence to Mario, and people can relate. Old, young, new, it doesn't matter. Mario's fun for everybody, and it's easy to get behind because there's nothing attached to it.
Yeah, they really. I mean, he's their icon for a reason, right? This little Italian plumber from Brooklyn saving the Mushroom Kingdom. It's a story as old as time as far as gaming is concerned, and we can't get enough of it. We literally, every time something Mario happens, we're all on board. It's almost an instant yes.
Poll out there, like just take a poll with just like a piece of paper with Mario on it and be like, who is this? And I think everybody would be able to do it. It's such an iconic character across generations.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I'd say like maybe second to him would be potentially Sonic, if we go outside of the realm of Nintendo, because there's plenty of iconic Nintendo characters, Link, Donkey Kong, Samus, the Mega Man, you name it. These characters are there, but
honestly, they're all muddled together. Like Mario really does.
Mario is the banner for basically the birth of gaming, right? I mean, yes, there was the Atari, the 2600, all of these different platforms, but really Nintendo came out with a marketable character for the first time. And I think that's what changed the entire space. Everybody has tried to duplicate it since, but no one has been as successful as branding a franchise around a plumber.
Right? I mean, that's the whole idea of even just his profession and what he's about. I mean, we got introduced to Mario in Donkey Kong back in the arcades. He was called Jumpman at the time. We didn't have Princess Peach. We had Pauline, his girlfriend. We see them reprise their roles in Nintendo Pinball. He was all over the place.
Yeah, who's Mario?
Mario.
I don't know who Mario is, but around here we talk about Mario. That's gonna be the hill I die on.
Yo, what you need to do, and I'm gonna spoil it for everybody, is you need the clip of Captain America where he just goes, "That's not going away anytime soon." Is it?
Right?
Yes. Oh, that's such a great
Go
idea.
get that one.
That is America's ass.
It really is. Language.
Language.
I love it. This is such a huge point right here as well, Donis. Nintendo is so intuitive with fans. Wish other IPs were that way. That's the thing. Like, you can hand a Mario game to pretty much anybody, and they're going to be able to play it. And that's the thing about how Nintendo's been really with every one of their consoles. Granted, they've done some weird things along the way, whether it be with the controller or different things like motion controls and you name it. They're big on their buzzwords and the new trend. But for the most part, you pick up a Mario game and it's user friendly, you know what you're doing, and you're having fun with it. You're rarely frustrated with a Mario game. They even took it the next step further and gave players the control to create and made Mario Maker. I don't know if you guys played Mario Maker 1 and 2.
That shit is terrifying.
Isn't that? It's insanity what you can do.
The speed runs that people can do on these levels that people make is ridiculous, because it's a matter of like timing. Everything has to time right in these game makers. I mean, yes, Nintendo has definitely kept the vein of the public in their mind throughout generation, for sure.
100%.
I think they're slipping a little bit with Smash Brothers. There's been some controversy, like big tournaments they canceled or didn't allow to run.
Oh,
maybe they're doing something coming down the pipe for Smash Brothers, and that's why.
Maybe.
But I think as far as like the whole of the Nintendo community, those are the only people right now that are just reeling with like weird decisions they're making on stuff.
Interesting.
Because people are reverting back to playing like the old Melee.
I love Smash Brothers Melee. Oh,
so it's like something happened with new Smash Brothers and new Smash Brothers tournaments that have made people just go, whatever, let's go play the old one.
Interesting.
But other than that, like, yeah.
I like the new one. I have a ton of fun with it, but Melee was my all-time favorite, and Brawl was really good too. But I don't know. Nothing is.
I think people saw that Rumbleverse game come out where you could play as like LeBron James or whatever, and the controls were amazing. And they're just like, we need to rethink what you're doing over here with Smash Brothers, because this game is ridiculous.
Yeah, they amped it up with that. There's so many Smash Brothers clones out there. So, heck, I have one on the Wii that's Ninja Turtles, and it's a Smash Brothers clone. It's so much fun. But
dude, everything is a clone. Dr. Disrespect's cloning an extraction game, which is what I play. Like,
oh my god!
Instead of extracting to the edges of the map, we're gonna extract at the top of that tower. It's the same concept. But it's like, I love it because eventually, like, it's just gonna get better and better. But all the new genres are just being copied. There was a really good conversation I heard the other day about how, like, and maybe this is a question I'll just ask you: the video game industry potentially got spoiled with the success of battle royals and how well they did. So they just kind of like, well, let's just do that for a little while. Like, everybody came out with a battle royal style game, and it's like, now what companies are trying to break away, do something different, innovate, like Nintendo.
Yes,
do the remakes people want. Like, we
Yes.
finally are getting the Metal Gear Solid stuff. Like, some of this stuff's just taking a while. It's like, are you watching your competitors? Are you paying attention?
They got some. I mean, speaking of Metal Gear, we get the trilogy pack coming out on the Switch and also on the PlayStation of Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3. And it's going to also include the 8-bit versions of the games that started it, Metal Gear 1 and 2.
That's cool.
The Snake's Revenge, I think, was the second one on there. It's going to be a cool bundle that's coming out. I can't wait being able to play that handheld on the Switch. I'm going to be all over that. That's going to be a ton of fun. But I agree. I think the gaming industry got very lazy in the world. I feel like that laziness actually started back with the popular of mobile games and the pay-to-win aspect and loot crates and all
mobile
this stuff.
Games are still insanely popular.
Right? It's so nuts. And then you have the world of battle royales with things like Fortnite and Warzone all taking the top of the hill with that. Everyone wants to mimic it and make something out of it. And in all honesty, these smaller clones do find success. They find a fan base because a lot of it, I think, comes down to gamers that are playing those big ones, just trying to find something new. And even if it's a clone, if there's something new, they're looking for it. But if these developers get back into innovating and doing something new for real, I think we're going to get a whole nother explosion in the world of gaming, and a new popularity level is going to come out. So it's definitely the right steps to take. And now, we have a special guest on stream. Hello.
And then I've heard rumors that like 2028 could already be PlayStation 6 and next, generation.
Already into the next generation. I mean, we hear Nintendo rumors all the time of the Switch Pro and the next thing they're coming out with.
Yeah.
There's been stuff speculated with new things being patented and everything that's coming through them. So lots
I
of
hope
speculation.
that Nintendo doesn't do something like, like the OLED screen upgrade things are nice, but like just make some, like, put some pressure on the other guys. You know what I mean? Come out with a big console, like everything's handheld, but give us give me a dedicated Nintendo console with some juice in there,
but I mean, aside from their graphics package not being insane on the Switch, I do have to say I do like the portability of being able to take it with me, or
lean into like the VR. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. They need more horsepower. I totally.
You want to stay mobile. I love that. Like, be the company that's mobile. But exactly, that's what I'm saying.
They just need more. They just need a little more horsepower. But ultimately, their games like, Kart and Smash Bros. And these other games don't, require it, because they're not using this huge upgrade. They're still using this downgraded graphics package, and they're making everything work on it. So, I mean, unless they're coming out with something huge to change everything, I mean, really, I mean, you just got to wait and see. I mean, they've been around for what, 40 years?
They've been doing this such a long time. I honestly, and I don't blame them, because they're kind of set in their ways. Nintendo doesn't really compete with anyone. They haven't competed with anyone since Sega.
But they really haven't had to.
They haven't had to.
I was literally going to rebuttal my own point, because like they have a lane, they stay in the lane. The AAA companies are struggling to even put games out that run well.
Right.
Some of the consoles are like, we're at this point where it's like console and gaming creativity ability are like struggling to find that balance.
Well, Nintendo is like the Apple of the gaming market. They don't bring out anything. They don't bring out anything until it's way, 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 way beta tested. The other markets have already done it and succeeded, but they want to make sure it's bulletproof before they get to it. There's still a huge following for a lot of these games that you play on that platform, as well as others. But like Among Us, there's these huge games that have. I mean, look, Among Us just did, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not sure if it was PC or probably PC gaming, but they just did a huge State Farm big gamers on the platform where they were teamed up playing against other teams on different versions of Among Us. There's games that still play for kids on Switch, and what are they doing? They're getting them young. PlayStation isn't getting them young, right? Xbox isn't getting them young, right? Nintendo's smart, because they still cater to that younger market. That 5 to 10-year-old market is still, that's why the controllers are smaller. That's why the games are slightly easier. The graphics don't have to be insane, because Nintendo has always catered to a younger market. If you're going to play their games as an old person like Mario Kart, like us, different story, great bonus money, but they're banking on 5 to 10-year-olds.
And if you don't believe him, take the little side controller off your Switch, turn it sideways, because you can
try
use
to
that.
play that as an adult. Try to play that
Joy-Con. I'm like,
possible.
Perfect for my 5-year-old daughter. 100%. She's
5
all
to 10. Those little itty bitty controllers are solid, but when that growth spurt happens and your hands get huge, and you're
it's
like,
great for golfing if I can just hold it in one hand. And
but I mean, ultimately, that's what Nintendo is doing. So they don't have to be on the cutting edge, because they're banking on kid games. Because holding this for a 5 to 10-year-old is challenging. Yes, you can get them into this, but not every kid is going to have the motor skills to go 12 buttons at a time, right? 2 buttons, 4 buttons, and a D-pad or a joystick is definitely easier for the younger demographic. And that's where they're getting them, because parents have to buy this stuff for their young kids, right? This is part of societal norms now, is gaming. And now that parents are starting to see creators getting paid millions of dollars to play games. They're starting to see, well, maybe if my kid's got it, let's find out young, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't, let's move him on to baseball or something. But
I mean, even back to the original Nintendo. Go hold an NES controller now as an adult. That thing's small. And I still prefer to use that when I'm playing a Nintendo game.
Yes.
Like that's just what felt right. But I got bigger and the controller didn't.
But what did Switch do that was brilliant? They gave you the opportunity to add their controllers to other controller hubs that make it feel more grown up. So
grips and
all this, so that you're not having such a hard time, but you can still play those old school games the same way. If you can dodge a wrench,
just the way he said, like, if it doesn't work out, we'll just get him into baseball or something. Like, just the way he said it, it was like, you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah.
What's next on the Switch update? Are we getting a trailer? Is that what I see?
Oh, dude, we are heading into the stream's finale. Everybody, we've saved what I'm hoping is the best for last, because
you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah.
This is huge. We watched earlier, we watched the RPG remake trailer, but that's a game we've had before.
Yes.
We're getting a brand new Super Mario Brothers game. It's called Super Mario Brothers Wonder, coming to the Nintendo Switch. From what I've seen from the screenshots, I believe we're sticking with 2D platforming. So the new Super Mario Brothers Wii in that style, I think that's what we're sticking with. So I would imagine we're going to have multiplayer co-op again, you know, the organized chaos on screen and things like that. But since that game, we've had other advancements in the world of Mario. We had Super Mario Odyssey, which brought in all kinds of new stuff. So the question is, what does Nintendo do with this new game? How much of the new do we incorporate into an older style? That's what I'm really curious about. Yes, Brandon, we are jumping into this. This is going to be awesome. I'm not sure the release date yet. I'm hoping it says at the end of the trailer, just like RPG did. RPG comes out in November. I don't think this is the same. I mean, could you imagine we get 2 Mario drops in the same month? Are they both going to be aiming for holidays? Maybe. That could be crazy. But what do you say we take a look at this thing and see what we have in store for us? So I'm hyped. I'm ready. You guys ready?
Punch it.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Super Mario. Hold on a second.
Hold
on a second. Hold the phone. We got a new member. I love that sound effect. Tripping Orc has become a member of the Matcave. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's go. Use those emojis. Fill the chat with them. I have more coming. I'm going to make some really fun ones down the road as we go. I'm just going to keep making as many as I possibly can so you guys can have as much fun as you can in the chat. We have more perks coming for every level that's going to be here. Right now, we have the 8-bit level. We're going to have a 16-bit tier, and we're also going to have a 64-bit tier. I got ideas. The gears are turning. More to come. Stay tuned, especially in the community tab, because that's where I'm going to put a lot of the updates in there.
Can't wait till we get to that Unreal Engine 8.
Unreal Engine 8 tier.
What's that badge going to look like?
That's you know, you have to, that's going to, I think only the owners of YouTube can afford that one. I think that's going to be the crazy one. It's so awesome. All right, guys, here we go. What we've all been waiting for. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1.
Onward and upward.
Voiceover. Ooh, this is very Mario Maker like.
Oh, interesting. They're giving words of positive reinforcement.
Yeah. Ooh. What is that guy?
Is he like the save point?
I don't know. Or like a tutorial thing? Got to power up. Oh,
Blue flower. Does that mean he's throwing ice?
Oh, it changed the world.
Oh, it did change.
To like water.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no enemies
Huh.
in that mode. Okay.
Oh man.
What the
What
actual?
That is cool. The Shadow Realm, like in
That was
2?
wild.
Yeah, like in 2, right, Matt?
Yep.
Or right, Hawks? Yeah,
The
yeah.
rhinos. Bro.
Wonder
That's a
Seed.
Wonder Seed. What in the actual WTF?
Oh, we got an overworld.
Oh, so this. Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Yo,
very-
with that squirrel, that was so funny.
Okay, so you can play as Toad. So this feels very Mario 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They made him look like the movie too a little bit.
They did.
Yeah, Toad definitely looks like his movie character.
Shadow Realm. This feels like a very Mario 2.
Ooh.
It's like almost an integration of everything, right?
This has a lot of elements in it. What is that?
I'm getting a lot of Mario 2 though.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of Mario 2 vibe.
And I'm also there's a lot of elements from Maker in this.
Mm.
You did wonderful.
Oh, sick. It changed the castle to a
Dang.
mushroom house.
Hey, he brings him out a yam. Hey, have some yams. That feels like an integration of. Oh, there you go.
October.
10/22.
October 20. Ooh, we got more.
I saw this.
What the actual F?
Is that an elephant?
Well then.
And they don't even tell you what he can do.
What? Hold up. What is that? What is that?
That Goomba looks so serene.
Serene. You could turn into an elephant. I have to say, that's brand new.
Yes. First time.
What? Okay, we gotta go through this a little bit here. So, what did that say? October?
October,
Yeah. 20th.
October 20th, 2023.
Nice.
And see, you see the curtain. The curtain's very Mario 3
Mm-hmm.
curtain.
Yep.
There's a lot of elements from all the games in this. It's very interesting.
There was so much.
There's a lot of Mario 2 in this. There's a lot of Mario 3 in this.
Like, we got this new, whatever this guy is, talking to you throughout. Like, I feel like maybe that's like a tutorial sort of thing. See, check this out in the top corner. So you got your lives, you got the coins, but now you got these purple things.
Now, are those purple things like attaboys, like wonderfuls and excellence?
You know what? Maybe that's what it was, because it was collecting things. You said it was like words of encouragement.
Yeah, like, oh, how encouraging, how millennialite.
It's a you, Mario.
How
great.
How millennial Gen Z is that? Oh, you
I
did
mean, look, he's
wonderful.
just a baby. Relax.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Anybody got the drum symbol?
Yeah.
I do, as a matter of fact. You mean
Very nice. I love it. I love it. Holy moly. Okay, so the stuff with the music, huge in Mario Maker.
But I think you could play this one on your stream also. I think this hits the retro.
Oh yeah, totally a
also.
retro franchise. I
this
mean,
is-
that's why I kind of like. I like to spread it out as much as I can. I'm like, it's Mario, so that's a retro franchise,
But
so
still, I
right?
mean, this game has so many elements of all the other ones. I think it's just a graphics.
Listen, depending on your age, there's a lot of retro IP out there. I'm just
Lots
saying.
of new facial expressions too.
Oh, it's a happy Mario.
Happy Mario. I think they incorporated
is that
movie
happy?
look here. You're right.
Yeah, I noticed
That's movie
with
style.
Toad.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Climbing waterfalls.
You gotta let him. You gotta let it play so he can get the. I gotta see if the wonderfuls and the excitement.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, we get Koopa Troopers on roller skates.
roller skates. Okay,
That's
okay,
fun.
very 80s.
Where do you collect these things? Was that right here?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah. Let's see.
Mario symbol.
Hey. Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
I think it's just the plants talking to him.
Man, how high is he?
Yeah, look at this. The whole world becomes trippy.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's boss free. It's enemy free. This is like having a superstar.
There's those
Shiny.
purple things.
Oh, there's those purple. Okay, so they must be like
Interesting.
some kind of coin.
This looks weird.
The Shadow Realm is very Mario 2, like Hawks was saying.
I hope every level has a shadow level. So there's like 2 levels within each.
So you found a Wonder Seed. So I'm wondering if like that reminds me of Mario Odyssey, where you were finding the moons so that you could charge up that thing that would take you to the next worlds. So I wonder if that's the same idea. But they're talking about, is this like, oh man.
Is that
Okay.
what you like to make your own vine or something?
Retro spoiler alert. For those of you who remember Super Mario Brothers 2, the US release, the big secret of that game was the whole game was a dream.
Right.
So when I hear the word wonder, I think of things like imagination. Is this like some sort of trippy out of body experience for Mario again? Like, what do we got going on here?
Is this what creates the Shadow Realm?
Or
That
do you
could
have
be
to collect all
interesting.
the like
'Cause remember
the
they used to do doors to get into the Shadow Realm, remember? Maybe the Wonder Seed is the portal between.
Are we unlocking these levels as you collect those things?
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Potentially.
Even like this isn't the Mushroom Kingdom right here. This is something new.
No, that's Pipesville, bro.
Back there? Yeah.
That's Pipesville. That's where all the plumbers live in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's in Pipesville.
Like looking at the title, like even how they put wonder, it's kind of like starry in there. There's like diamonds and even just it's wonky. Like he had that thing and the whole world started bending and it was very, very trippy. Oh man, I think there's gonna be. So here we go. We got the overworld. We got some pipes back there. We got these rolling.
See, then there's 2
hills.
spaces for seeds. So as you collect them, you put them in there, and then that probably unlocks the other part of the level.
Or a secret level off to the side. Remember when they used to do that in Mario 3?
Oh yeah, a little branch off.
You would unlock a branch off.
Yes,
that could be it.
You're right.
This is cool. So
Who
is that?
That's Daisy.
Oh yeah,
Daisy. Thank you, Daisy.
As Daisy, and then the other princess, which we meet in I think Sunshine for the first time, is Rosalina. I didn't see her anywhere in this, but I wonder, is there going to be more? I saw Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, and Daisy,
and then the other Toad,
and then the other Toadette, I think was the other one, right?
Yeah.
So we have 6 characters to work with that we're seeing right off the bat, but I'm curious. Do you unlock more? Are there more playable characters?
That'd be cool.
Well, and it looked like there were multiple. So here's my crazy question. Could this be multiplayer? Because you saw 4 different players moving towards the goal at the end.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's going to have that crazy chaos simultaneous co-op.
That would be awesome. If you can simultaneously co-op online so the 3 of us can jam out and play like that.
Oh, dude, yes.
That would be amazing.
So much yes.
That would be so much fun.
See, like here, Mario's got a crown, and I saw a crown on someone else before. So is this that the leader? Is that like player 1?
Party leader, yeah, it's got to be.
Everybody's got roller skates.
Hey,
the new power up is roller skates.
The signing bonus for the enemy.
Oh, I love that. Additional accessories may be required for multiplayer mode.
There may be
sold separately.
It may be like Fortnite Battle Royale versus other games in it. It may be a multiplayer mode that you have to buy separate, which maybe an add-on.
Maybe. I mean, they're talking about accessories. Oh, maybe they're just simply referring to having more than one controller.
Probably.
Or more than one console. So one game. But it's definitely
true.
That organized chaos is definitely an interesting aspect to the game.
Here's a big thing from the movie. in the movie, we got to see Princess Peach with firepower.
Yep.
And here she is with the redesign. So 100% they are pulling in movie designs into this game.
Either that or they had this design in the movie people took from this.
And then they took it from it. True.
That is more likely the case just because it takes longer to make a game than it does a movie.
True. Very true. Here's
But
the
that
Shadow
Realm again is really sick. Like this is very Mario 2, very cool. That level, if you back up just a bit, that level looked very Mario 2, very vertical.
And if you pause, if you go back to that shadow, you can see the seed glowing in the top right. So it's definitely the seeds.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good shot. Yeah.
Go back a little bit further, and you'll even see it in its fruit. You'll see the shape of the fruit.
There
Oh,
it is. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you have to find the wonder seeds in the Shadow Realm or something.
And then it's starting to transform the world. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and I like that you hit a block to make that happen. Like the door. That's interesting.
This is you get these combos and you get these words of encouragement.
Yeah. Good job. Fantastic.
Yeah, you did great.
Wonderful.
Everybody gets
Kill-tacular. Wait.
And then you get to ride Yoshi.
So my question is Yoshi part of Mario? Is he another character? So you riding your buddies?
Ooh, giggity. I mean, he's right here next to Mario.
That's what I'm saying. Is he second player because he doesn't have a crown on? Like, is that player 2? Like, hey, hop on,
Get out of town. If they let you do that,
that would be hilarious, bro. Because then I'm gonna be like in game and be like,
hop on. Jump on, my guy.
Yoshi. I'll walk.
Oh, look. So this is like
there
a
you
portal.
Yep.
Oh, what are these? Look at these
Interesting.
orbs. Okay. So yeah, we're dealing with 2 worlds here.
Oh, at least maybe multiple.
I love it.
I mean, this feels, this feels very, very much multiplayer, very up to 4, it looks like, potentially maybe 6. But yeah, I mean, it looks fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. This looks fantastic. I love the graphic design. I love this. Oh yeah, here, look. They get all the seeds, however many they collected when you clear the.
That probably extends the worlds like it did in Mario 3.
Dude, it's opening up the world.
That's what I mean.
How it's like
changing everything.
Well, that's a literal hole. Like it's hard to describe. But like the black is like
it's a portal.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Huh. I'm hyped. So now we're getting 2 Mario releases a month apart from each other. So
yeah,
you're gonna get ready. This fall is gonna get expensive.
You're gonna get busy this winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be snuggled up in the Matcave. We're gonna play a lot of Mario. This is gonna be intense. And it was October, right? Oh, and then we have this.
And then the coup de grace.
Even the thing itself, it looks like
it looked like a
apple.
It looked like a heffalump from
like a heffalump.
Yep.
That's what it looked like for a minute. It looked like a heffalump, but then
love the Winnie the Pooh reference, but this
dude, if he can like shoot out apples or whatever, like
if he shoots peanuts, the game is over. That's it.
Dude, that's got to be his power up. He's got to be able to fire stuff out of the trunk.
Or if he like puts the turtle
water
in the
even
trunk and like shoots it, like that's
dude, if they go back to like because wasn't that one of the games with the water? And you had like the water pack on?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
with Sunshine. Yeah. Angry Canadian, what's up?
Hey,
dude, good to see you. Yes, there's a Peach game coming out. I haven't seen anything about it yet, so I mean, there's no trailer out yet, right?
No,
that's still in the works. So,
but I mean,
that I've seen.
This just adds to the things that Mario has turned into: a kitten, a raccoon, a Tukey. The list keeps going on. Why not add an elephant? I mean, why? Absolutely, why not? An elephant with white gloves and a plumber suit. I mean, come on, forget about it.
It's
I
great.
can't. Here's what I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see one of the princesses as an elephant.
Oh, that's right. Everybody should be able to get this
Or,
power up.
or Toad as an elephant. Like that's gonna
Oh my
look
God.
hilarious.
Toad elephant. We need this. I need this in my life right
Like,
now.
it's that's my favorite part is you're gonna be
He's
able
just
to
gonna
see
be
Daisy and
rolling.
Peach. The little crown on an elephant Peach's head. Like, come on, dude. That's gonna be forget about it, bro. Forget about it. Yeah, Angry Canadian. I was mentioning the frog suit earlier. If we don't see the frog suit at
Yes.
some point in the sequel of the movie, I would love to see some of the suits in the sequels of the movies. That would be frog suit, Tukey suit, like some of that old school stuff for Mario 3 is what I'm talking about.
100%. This is shaping up to be potentially one of the best Mario games in years.
Well, and this is shaping up to be one of the best Mario years in decades.
Yes.
I mean, really, the release time of the movie, the success of the movie, Nintendo's first venture since the Plumbers of old, the live action, right? Like there are a lot of big things happening for Nintendo showing their hand. They're not going to sit back anymore and let these big console companies make movies about games anymore without them being involved. And they hit it off because what are they? One of the largest grossing movies opening weekend. I mean,
it was huge. It blew
huge.
it out of the park. It was,
So-
and it's rocking it on digital.
Yeah.
So-
Oh yeah, we watched it on digital also. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely Nintendo is making a statement this year. I think this year they are absolutely coming out saying we're still relevant. Our consoles are not a joke. They're not designed to be big like these other consoles. They're not designed to have 175 gigs worth of a game, right? Diablo, Survivor, all of these other ones, right? They are literally saying, download our game in 5 minutes, play it on play it on what we give you, and you're gonna have a good time. And whether it's because they took so much from this game and put it in the movie, everybody's ready and chomping at the bit to see Princess Peach with firepower, to see Daisy with firepower, to see Toad with fire. Like we saw Donkey Kong with firepower, and now I want to see the rest of the characters be able to do that. And leading into this could be a great segue into movie 2.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Because every power up, every addition they add to these games, that's more things they can add into these movies, and they can hold back on them. They can save them because that movie's not a one and done. They are creating a universe. I've said it before. I called it the NCU. We're leading into the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. The Legend of Zelda movie is already confirmed and underway. People are clamoring for a Metroid movie. I know Donkey Kong is already on the slate. I think we're going to be getting Donkey Kong next.
If you give me a Mega Man
Zelda
movie, I will literally fall on my face.
So here's the interesting thing with that.
Dr. Light episode 1, like against, forget it, dude. Forget it.
That would have a ton of firepower behind it because that's not just Nintendo. That's Nintendo teaming up with Capcom.
Right.
And Capcom has been struggling with their movies because in the realm of Resident Evil. Look, the franchises themselves in the films, they made money. The most recent release, though, bombed.
Well, a lot of people are tired of it too. A lot of people have done too many remakes. Now it's time to dive into something that you can get with Nintendo and do a Mega Man movie. And look at how many iterations there are. Look at how many enemies that they've released over time. They could do the same thing with Mario and Mega Man and be done.
100%. Brandon, the anime guy, with a $2 super chat, dimes from the anime guy. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You guys, everybody is so generous. I can't even believe it. This is guys, this has been fun tonight. I had a blast doing this.
It's been a good time.
We got so many good things coming down the pipeline in the world of Mario, in the world of retro gaming, in the world of streaming. I mean, geez, look at all this stuff we get to talk about and hang out and play. It's unbelievable.
Look at the new level of work and excitement you get to go on in the second half of your adventure. So this is big time for you. We've been talking about it a long time. you've got what, like 300 videos, 500 videos, or some ridiculous. It's a ridiculous number of videos.
I have over 600 videos and a bunch unlisted, some stuff being saved for
Exactly. So
later,
there's a
some-
lot of hours into your channel. There's a lot of videos into your channel. You're constantly putting out content. If anybody deserves to be able to play with these new toys, it's definitely you. You've put in a lot of time, your thumbnails, your graphics, your all of the stuff that you put in time. This is now the fruits of your labor. So have fun with it. I suggest doing member streams where member only streams. Those are a big hit. Sometimes those are just a down and dirty, but definitely you're going to have a great time with all the features that YouTube adds to you having the subscribers. So yeah, I would definitely, get into making more and having more fun with it and getting in there, because it's a great accomplishment. And now hopefully the algorithm will give you more love now that you're monetized. So yeah, continue on your journey and have fun with it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that so much, man. You guys have, I mean, it's just, you guys have helped me and continue to help me with so much of this. I mean, I love the, just to, kind of give everybody a little bit of a sneak peek of, the three of us are constantly talking about all of this and how to build things, and we share ideas, and we're making things for each other and setting things up and working on all the settings for all the back end things. And it's just, it's crazy. And this is like an everyday thing. I mean, like, we're always thinking about this stuff and trying to make these streams and these videos as entertaining as we possibly can for everyone. We have fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have a blast doing this. And I in a way, not to sound, I don't know how to say this without sounding full of myself, but I entertain myself, which I think is a good thing, because if I don't like it, how can I expect anyone to, right? Yeah. You have to have fun with it. And to have a group of people that are on the same journey and all of this, it helps so much. So I absolutely love it. And I can't thank you guys enough. It really humbles me. It's just an unbelievable experience. And then when you have things like this happening, Steve is jumping in with a $10 super chat. Congrats, bud. We got the pair of beers right there, which, man, I could definitely go for some of that right now. But yeah, it's unbelievable, and I can't thank everybody enough for this. This has been just unbelievable. I love it, and I got to make more thank you videos because I only have 2 right now.
Yeah, dude, this is just the first. This is just your first monetized stream. That's why it's it feels new, but eventually you're gonna fall right into a rhythm. So yeah, just do what you're doing. Create more emojis and more videos and more fun, and just try to have fun with it. At this point, you've done all the hard work, so now just enjoy the rest of it. Right, like all the hardest part of your journey is done. Now it's time to have a really good time with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Whew, this has been a ride. Before we close out, I got to at least play the thank you video one more time. What are we thinking, Kratos or Mega Man, everybody? Mega Man. Mega Man. Mega Man. Okay, everybody.
Yeah, Mega Man, for sure, Mega Man.
Let's drop a Mega Man.
I need to...
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We're going to make bigger and better. They're going to be coming out. All right, everybody. We are 2 hours and 10 minutes into this thing. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much. This was a blast, guys, for the Star Wars Obsession and Hawkward Gaming joining me for an amazing trip down nostalgia lane with all these Mario games. It's so much fun. I had a blast.
Yeah.
And until next time, everybody, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.